Okay, so welcome everyone to another Chung meditation session. I hope you had a restful week. Before we start, I'd like to invite everyone to register for a repeat of the 7-week introductory meditation course, which starts next in 2 weeks, actually, on September 19th at 8 p.m. The course will cover the fundamentals of meditation, highlighting why we need to meditate. The name of this practice is Sanjangwa meditation, which refers to a sacred spiritual flower of light. Enlightened sages have said that the universe appears as a flower made of light once you reach a stage of awakening. We will also uncover the benefits of mantra meditation by using all our senses to open our minds and embark on a journey to find our true selves. The course will be in 2 weeks, and we hope to see you then. So before I start, I'm going to lower the music just a tad. I realize that we don't really have to turn it off, and it actually feels nice to have something in the background. So today we'll review session 5 of the 7-week course. So in session 5, we learned the basics of breathing meditation and the 3 main energy vessels in our body, which we can use to circulate energy during meditation for improved health and vitality. Today, we're going to focus again, bring our practice back to purifying and clearing these energy paths for a better experience. The essence of purification lies in filling the energy vessels with light to remove the blockages in the pathway of vital energy, namely the penetrating, governing, and conception vessels. I'm going to bring that up just to remind you where each of those vessels are in our body. So as you can see, the penetrating vessel runs top to bottom, tracing the crown, tracing the middle of your body, starting from the crown chakra to the perineum. And then the governing and the conception vessels, which we'll practice with a little bit today at the end, is traced, runs up along your back, past the crown chakra. The governing vessel then ends at the philtra, which is that gap between the nostril and the upper lip. And then the conception vessel starts below the lower lip, between the chin and the lower lip, in that small area. It starts from there, and then you trace your breath all the way down the front of your body, and that breath will end at the perineum. And when you're doing the breathing meditation, you're cycling along that vessel. So the penetrating vessel is just up and down. So it's much easier. It's a more direct way of transferring or moving the energy through your body. The governing and the conception vessels are a little bit more difficult to navigate, but once you master it, it's quite effective. So going back to the process of purification, I mentioned that purification lies in filling these energy vessels with light. When we refer to light, it carries both physical and spiritual significance. It has always been humanity's greatest mystery to solve. And in the intermediate 7-week course, which we're working on as we speak, we will explore the importance of light in our practice, so stay tuned. So how can we fill our bodies with light? We can do so by purifying our energy vessels using sound and light. Essentially, they're both energy. For sound, we use the Om Hum breathing meditation. We can also receive and accumulate light in our bodies by chanting the divine mantras, the Teruchu mantra and the Shichon Juju mantra. Using our chant's vibrations, we fill the vessels with light and clear the blockages. We will also use the lower tanjong to allow cosmic light from the universe to enter our bodies. Remember, our thoughts are also energy that carries a vibrational frequency. So let's use sound and light to clear our energy vessels. As a reminder, our body has 3 energy portals: the upper tanjong, the middle tanjong, and the lower tanjong. The upper tanjong is located around the forehead with the pineal gland at the center. The middle Tanjun is around your chest, and the lower Tanjun is 2 to 3 inches below the belly button. Okay, so again, as we always do, before we start the meditation, let's start by aligning our perineum with the 0 coordinates on the ground's imaginary X and Y axis. This will help you visualize that you're sitting at the center of the universe, or the beginning where it all started. Remember that in the world of Tao, our thoughts have great power. What we imagine becomes real, and our thoughts can shape our world. So when we position ourselves on the 0 coordinates of the axes in our minds, we place our spiritual selves at the center of the universe, where the energy is densely concentrated. Please push your pelvis slightly forward to help straighten your back. Your shoulders should be relaxed, and your back should not feel strained. Just as in the last session, as you exhale, imagine the energy traveling from your crown chakra to your perineum along the penetrating vessel, and release all the tension in your body with your breath. When you inhale, open the lower Tanjun and let in the cosmic life and light energy through your energy portal. Fill your body with this cosmic energy and light as you raise your breath again to your crown chakra. We will start by meditating with the sounds Om and Hum. Feel the sounds moving along the penetrating vessel. Imagine the vibrations breaking down all of the energy blockages. Once again, when you exhale, we'll exhale with Om and inhale with Hum. So let's try this with a guided video for about 15 minutes. Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of an explanation in the beginning, so we can just follow along. Just want to make sure that,
Next, we'll do the mantra meditation to fill the inside of your body with the light of creation transformation of the cosmic Yulrio by using the sacred sounds Om and Hum. These sounds help accumulate the Yulrio of the grand universe in our body. When we meditate using the Om and Hum sounds, the energy of infinite light of the universe will fill up your body, and the energy of fire and water will begin to circulate again and again to create the ultimate earth energy. Creating the ultimate earth energy will lead to stronger immune system, healthier life, and confidence. During this process, your self-healing will occur. Your breath and energy of light will travel together through the penetrating vessel, which is in the center of your body. They will go up and down between the crown chakra and the perineum. As you exhale, chant the sound Om in your mind while bringing the fire energy of the upper Danjun all the way down through the penetrating vessel to the lower Danjun. Now, let the light of Om explode to be embedded within your lower Danjun. Next, inhale deeply as you chant Hum in your mind. Bring the energy from the perineum to the crown chakra through the penetrating vessel. When the water energy from the lower Danjon travels up to the head with your breath, explode the light of Hum to be embedded within your upper Danjon. We'll do meditation to circulate the water and fire energy using Om and Hum sounds.
Okay, so now we're going to try the same thing with the Shichon and the Teruchu mantras. So we're going to start by tracing the penetrating vessel with our breath to become aware of it. So breathe slowly and calmly once you feel comfortable. So after you've taken a few breaths in and out, we're going to try breathing up and down while we recite the mantras. So the way we'll do this is breathe in and out with the mantra so that our breath moves up with one complete chant of the mantra and moves down with another complete chant of the mantra. So for instance, starting at the crown chakra, as you exhale, you're going to bring your energy and your breath down along the penetrating vessel as you chant one recitation of the Shichonjuju mantra. So Shichonju. So again, as you're exhaling, it's difficult. You won't be able to, um, verbally express the mantra. So in your mind, you're going to chant silently in your mind as you breathe out. So as you breathe out, starting at the crown chakra, you're going to chant in your mind, 시 천주 조화정 영세 불망 만사지 지기 금지 원위 대강, and as fast or as slow as you need it to be. So the important thing here is to go at your own pace. And once it arrives at the perineum or somewhere along around your lower tanjan, you're going to start, as you breathe in, you're going to pull that energy up along the penetrating vessel with another recitation of the Shichonjuju mantra. So let's start at the perineum because that's where the penetrating vessel ends. So as you breathe in, you're going to again silently chant 시천주 조화정 영세 불망만사지 지기금지 원위대강, and then at pace with your breath. And then as you exhale, again, you're going to bring your energy and your breath down. 시천주 조화정 영세 불망만사지 지기금지 원위대강, and you're going to and you'll just repeat that until we end the meditation. So the next one we're going to do for about 5 to 7 minutes. Let me see where it starts. Okay. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit because okay. There we go. So trace your breath along your penetrating vessel. And as you breathe in, remember to open your tanjan to allow the cosmic light energy to enter your body through the lower tanjan. start your mantra. That's one recitation. Second recitation. And as you're breathing and moving the breath along your penetrating vessel, focus on breaking down blockages, the sounds, the light, the energy. Oh, so sorry, I was on mute. So I switched back to the other screen, and we have a little bit of time now. And at the end of session 5, I promised that we would practice breathing along the governing and the conception vessels, because session 5 was all about um, clearing the penetrating vessel, which tends to be the most straightforward vessel, and it's a good vessel to start. The governing and the conception vessels are a little bit more challenging because there's a lot more area to navigate. However, it's quite effective if you master it. So we're gonna try the same thing, and I'll play the dynamic meditation audio clips as we breathe in and out and trace our breath and bring our consciousness to the governing vessel, and then up the governing vessel and down the conception vessel, along with our breath. And again, try to imagine that you're clearing the blockages using light energy and also the vibrations from the mantra. So in the beginning, it's a lot to think about all at once, but as you get more comfortable breathing like this, it'll become like second nature. So just to recap, the governing vessel starts at the perineum, and it traces your spine, the back of your body, past the crown chakra, and it ends at the philtrum, which is the small gap between the nostril and the upper lip. The conception vessel starts below the lower lip. It's actually the area between the lower lip and the chin, and it traces the front of your body all the way down to the perineum to complete that cycle. So as you notice, there's a little bit of a gap between the conception and the governing vessels, and some people like to bridge that gap with their tongue on the top, on the ceiling of their mouth. But that's not necessary because you can just bridge that gap, with your thoughts as you're meditating, so you can complete that cycle or that circuit. So either way, there's no wrong or right way in doing that. You can try it by bringing the tongue up to the ceiling of your mouth to physically connect those two vessels, or you can do it in your mind. So again, as you're breathing in, you're going to carry your breath up along the governing vessel. And as you breathe out, you're going to bring it down your conception vessel. So let's try it once, just with our breath, and then we can try it with the mantra. So when we do it with the mantra, we're going to start with the Shichon-juju mantra. So one recitation of the Shichon-juju mantra. So you're going to bring awareness to your perineum when you start. And then as you breathe in, you're going to chant in your mind, 시천주 조화정 영세 불망만사지 지기금지 원위대강, and then start here at the conception vessel. 시천주 조화정 영세 불망만사지 지기금지 원위대강. So I hope you can see my mouse here. I'm tracing the governing and the conception vessels. So you're going to do this, and you can chant it in your mind as quickly or as slowly as you need your breath to be, because your breath will lengthen as you devote more time and effort to the practice, but there's no reason for you to force it just yet. So again, we're going to start at the perineum, and you're going to start with your breath, your first breath in. So 시천주 조화정 영세 불망만사지 지기금지 원위대강, and then 시천주 조화정 영세 불망만사지 지기금지 원위대강, and then you're going to continue that cycle. So let's try it, and it doesn't have to be perfect, because you'll only get better with time. So I'm going to play the music, and it's for 10 minutes. So it's going to start with the Shichon-juju mantra, and then it's going to go directly to the Teruchu mantra. So 5 minutes each. All right, let's start.
시천주 조화정 영세 불망만사지 지기금지 원위대강 시천주 조화정 영세 불망만사지 지기금지 원위대강 시천주 조화정. And really bring awareness to the vessels as you're moving along the vessels. Imagine the vibrations actually breaking down the blockages, the energy blockages in the vessels.
지음치태울 천사문구 내 죄야 노래 음니암니사파 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 지음
Okay, so I hope everyone enjoyed that. So that concludes today's session. So today we practiced the purification process using Om, Hum, the Shichun Juju, and Teruju mantras. We discussed that purification entails using both light and sound to clear the blockages in our energy vessels. And by clearing the energy vessels in our body, it'll significantly enhance our meditation practice because we're not just circulating breath as we meditate, we're also circulating energy. So it'll enhance our health, our clarity of mind, our emotional health. There are so many health benefits to clearing the energy vessels. And also, I did notice that a few people joined later, and you may have missed the first part. And I wanted to just repeat that in 2 weeks, we're going to start our 7-week introductory meditation course, which will cover the purification of energy vessels along with other topics. So it starts same time, same link, so 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to start the class on September 19th. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask at the end. And either anyone here will be more than happy to answer your questions. All right, so I'm going to stop the recording here. Thank you so much for coming. And then we're going to start the Q&A session. And let me just turn the video on. So that's what I look like. Okay, so let me, there it is.